Hey. What up? This is Higher Time. My name's Adam Helfman. Good morning, everyone. Live from the Rocket Mortgage Studios. It's a great Saturday. Woke up this morning a little nippy, but it looks like it's going to be a nice day. I'm excited. Finally, some fall weather. And yeah, we got to figure out how to beat back this COVID stuff. But before we do that, we got to talk about Salt Sale Saturdays because my friends at Beauchamps are rocking it today. Yeah. So what is Salt Sale Saturdays? It's pretty simple. Every Saturday, Beauchamp Water Treatment Solutions in Brighton, and now in Waterford, that's where I go. Every Saturday, you get DuraCube regular at an unbelievably low $5.99 a bag. That's a 40-pound bag. Even I can pick one of those up. DuraCube Red Out for $6.99 a bag, or potassium chloride, the good stuff, $19.99 a bag. Plus, if you want a 5-gallon bottle of water, $2.99 each. Might want to stock up on the water. And let me give you a little tip really quick. Did you know what's in your water? Like, people are like, what's in your water? It used to be prideful in the Detroit area that the water was the cleanest in the country. Well, guess what? At Beauchamp, they'll help you find out and work with you so that you love your water. They'll come to water tests. They'll do all that for you and let you know. And then, by the way, their filter that I have it at my house, it's better than bottled water quality. So if you're thinking about it, you don't want to leave the house because of COVID, I'm telling you, check out Beauchamp Water. They really, really got their stuff. And by the way, I have a really good show lined up today. Like, really good. We have so much going on. So I want to talk about best home improvements to tackle, despite that it's cold out. How to prep for a smoother renovation. We've got projects that actually hurt your home's resale value. This is an article I read, and I'm trying to argue with them. High-tech nerd gadgets. Like, by the way, does anyone know that I'm kind of a nerd a little bit? I love gadgets, so that's just how I am. And then I got all kinds of other stuff, like red flags before hiring a home contractor. What are your thoughts on that? And then one of the things that I wanted to also talk about is what has changed the renovation business in the past few years. And this is, we're going to come up later in the hour, but ordering online orders, online delivery. Are you kidding me? That kind of stuff? Yeah, it's impacted our business. So we're going to be talking about things that impact the home improvement business, good, better, or different. And we're going to have some fun doing it. Okay? I want everyone to have fun, just how I am, because I'm a fun guy. And by the way, if you have a question that Google can't answer this morning, you know how easy that is, right? When you have a home improvement question, you can Google it. Well, guess what? Google comes to me. So I'm coming direct to you. So text me this morning if you want. 248-539-9797. We'll definitely take your... Oh, that's me wiping the mic with the COVID wipe. Sorry, guys. It didn't sound good through the radio. Next time I'll wait till the mic is off. Anyways, we want to let you know that we can answer any question that you have. Hiring a contractor, firing a contractor, what's good, what's bad, is it a good investment? How much should it cost? You got problems in your house? 248-539-9797. I'm here to rock it out with you. And by the way, we're live on Facebook, so if anyone wants to see what's going on in the studio here, you can watch us on Facebook Live. You can also ask a question there. And of course, we started a new trend last week. It was pretty popular, so we're going to do it again this way. Shout Out Saturday. So Shout Out Saturday is if you're a professional contractor or you're a homeowner listening, you can text us in either where you're from, your name, and what city you're listening in. We'll give you a shout out. It's just fun. It's early. You're on your way to Home Depot. You're on your way to work. Where are you at right now? What are you doing? So I want you to tell me that because, listen, home improvement's fun. But it becomes funner when people like you get involved. So that's just the way we roll. So let's talk about really quick some projects that actually hurt your home's resale value. Everyone talks about kitchens and baths. Oh, my God, you get a new kitchen, you get 100%. New bathroom, 88%. Blah, 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 blah. Well, sometimes there are some projects that hurt your home resale value. Let me talk about a luxury bathroom. Now, the term luxury is a definition. The definition of luxury is different for everyone else. If you've got a working toilet, it could be luxury for you. If you got the Kohler Numi like me, where the toilet has a heated seat that wipes your tushy, can I say tushy on the air? Yeah, I can say tushy. My integrity and my experts are the board op and my producer Paul. James and Paul make sure that I don't say the wrong things. Yeah, he's got his finger on the dump button. See, I'm the most dumped guy here in the radio station because I say stupid things. You should know that because you listen. But it's okay. But here's the thing. A luxury bathroom can add value to your home, you would think, right? Well, steer clear of the too much high end. Now, for me, I bought the big toilet. I worked with my friends at Kohler. I got a deal, don't get me wrong. However, I got a toilet that has a heated seat, blows hot air on your feet. There's nothing better than that, by the way. And we definitely, I overdid it, but I get up in the morning and 3 times in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. Now I love it. I look forward to it. We're going to talk more about that and projects that actually hurt your home resale value when we come back. I'm Adam Helfman. I love everyone. So we'll be right back.
When it comes to buying a home, they say cash is king. But you're a queen, and that's just as powerful. You're armed with a verified approval from Rocket Mortgage. Sellers know your offer is good, so your bid has the strength to compete with cash offers. Now grab your crown and rule. That castle is yours. So when you need an edge in the bidding war, Rocket can.
The Beauchamp family's been in the water treatment business since 1976. Well, we moved on to well water, and my mom experienced well water for the first time, and her hair was discoloring, the toilets and fixtures were discoloring, and my dad went around and shopped many different type of water softeners and forced him to really learn about water and how to properly treat it. And before we knew it, our family entered into the water business because my dad was so fascinated with everything that went along with it. For us growing up, it was going to school, learning our schoolwork, and then going home and learning our water treatment home schoolwork.
Most of our problems that we run into are a lot of iron issues from well water, calcium buildup, odor in the water, smelly water. Arsenic's been a big thing for us. Most of our work has mainly been on well water, but we're definitely branching into city water because of that market there's a lot more people that are more knowledgeable. There's a lot more public knowledge to that. You hear it on the radio, you hear it in the newspaper. Obviously Flint struck, kind of brought that up, but it is an issue. It's an issue that is becoming more aware of, to the communities, and certainly there's treatment for that. Now with the city water and people with their health and stuff, they're trying to, get their water as clean as they can.
Welcome back. This is Hired Done. My name's Adam Helfman. We've got Shout Out Saturday here. Brian McQuaid, shout out. Chatham, Ontario's listening. Mark Titro, I think it's called. Charles Riggs in Garden City. Yeah, brother. Thank you very much. Ron from the D. Facebook doesn't have a censor button. Yeah, that's right. What I'm talking about. Yeah, we got a delay. You know, when I swear, I got a drop button, so that's why that happens. But hey, good morning, everyone. Is anyone got any home improvement questions Google can't answer? Text me this morning, 248-539-9797. Okay, Adam, love the show, but I don't have enough qualified contractor. I don't. The reason why I don't have enough qualified contractors on hiredone.com, and here's the reason for everyone out there. I have a screening requirement, and you have to be like, to pass my pre-screening, you really have some criteria besides just, pay the money, right? Here's the deal. The answer is, yes, my contractors are signed up with me, but I tell the contractors, if you don't meet with the homeowners, then you need to tell them and tell me you're too busy. Because the last thing I need to do is have a homeowner email me or get on neighborhood.com, where the keyboard gangsters are now living, and they say, Hired Done only sent me one contractor. They're worse. They're Angie's List. They're Home Advisor, blah, blah, blah. Well, I send you contractors that actually are good. So when my contractors are too busy, the right thing to do is for them to say, hey, Adam, I can't take any more business. I don't want to piss off your homeowners. Capiche? So what happens is I have to send you an email. Hey, I'm sorry, Mrs. Homeowner. We only have one guy. We only have one contract. We have nobody. That's the problem. Finding good contractors, it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. 248-539-9797. Got a question Google can't answer. I'm here for you guys. Is Kohler better than Toto high-end toilet? Whoa, that's definitely a Moss advanced plumbing question. I can tell. Those are my guys. So here's the deal. The best toilet for your house. Literally, advanced plumbing, Kohler, all my buddies. The best toilet is the one that's installed properly. However, I happen to have both in my house, Kohler, the Kohler Numi, and I have the Toto. And they both have their pluses and minuses, literally. One of the things I love about my Kohler toilet is that it plays music, okay? So, like, I play the Flight of the Bumblebee. So, Flight of the Bumblebee is the music I play. Now, I do have my playlist. It's got Bluetooth and all that, right? Alexa, play some Drake. And then, boom, I can play Drake. So it makes it fun going to the toilet. I know everyone here is like, you're gross, Helfman. What's wrong with you? Well, speaking of toilets, everyone wants to know what that costs. So let's go. What's it really cost? Right? What's it really cost? Today we're going to talk about what's it really cost to spend the time prepping for a smoother renovation. Right? That's the dealio. How do you prep for a smoother renovation? Okay? You got to make sure, friends. What do you do? Well, here's the thing. When you do a gut renovation, and a gut renovation is a kitchen to the studs, a bathroom to the studs, right? So it's not hard. In fact, it's no big deal, but you got to plan properly. And of course, we're going to make an assumption here, right? Now, assume means ask you and me, right? So we don't want to assume anything, but in this situation, I want you to assume that you've got a good contractor. That's important. So what do you got to do when you're planning for a gut renovation? First of all, you got to plan for hidden problems under the floors and walls. Right? So what does that mean? Gutting the house often reveals unpleasantries like black mold, termite activity, rotted wood. Right? That's a problem. Well, how do you handle this? It's handling it through discovery, but You got to handle it through your contractor. You're starting the job. What's it really cost? Mr. Jones, it's $15,000 for your bathroom. But what if we find rotted wood? Whoops. Whoops. Well, that's extra. Here's the deal. We had this on our podcast. And by the way, I have a great podcast. Contractor Therapy. If you're like me and you're in therapy, like I have a therapist every week. Like I think my therapist likes me so much that he's entertained weekly. I should actually charge him. Seriously. He's like, Adam, you're my best client. I go, why? Because I come once a week? He goes, no, you're so interesting. I said, well, why don't you solve my anxiety? And he's like, well, I want to solve your anxiety, but can I ask you a question about my roof? I mean, really, dude? Next time he asks me a home improvement question and I'm in my therapy session, I am definitely sending this guy a bill. What about my roof? What about your roof? What about the butterflies in my stomach? What about my PTSD? Oh, that's right. Yeah, I know how that goes. You know when you're an alpha male, although, can I be honest with you? You have no idea the drama going on in my life right now. I need a couch. You know what? We should do the radio show on a couch. I should be sitting on a couch with the radio show with the camera on me like it's therapy. Or we can do half the show on the couch, the other half on the toilet. I'll bring in the Kohler toilet while I'm doing the show. And I can show people on Facebook these guys. It's like feeding mayonnaise to tuna fish. Why do that? Why not feed mayonnaise? When you feed your fish, get tuna, feed them mayonnaise. And then when you kill them, your sushi has mayonnaise on it. Right? Speaking of tuna, I'm all over the place today. So here's the deal. Plan for hidden problems under your floors and walls. We know. Clearly communicate timing and scheduling. That's cost you more money when the job takes longer. COVID costs more money. Rotted wood costs more money. So you need to have a contingency in your budget. You need to make sure, and if you're getting financing for your job, you need to have percentages that help out, friends. Seriously. 248-539-9797. You got a question Google can't answer this morning? What about hazardous materials? Did you ever think of hazardous materials? Yeah, that's a problem. That slows down the job. So figure it out, friends. Death Row Records. That's my t-shirt today. Check out my t-shirt on Facebook today. I'm wearing a Death Row t-shirt. By the way, when I turned 16 is when I first liked music. And my music that I started to like was hip hop. I mean, I like Taylor Swift and Billie Eilish. Don't get me wrong, but I'm like the hip hop guy. Did I just tell everyone on the radio I like Taylor Swift? 248-539-9797. By the way, that is definitely not Flight of the Bumblebee, but I appreciate that. I know. It was my version of it. Anyways, the Bumblebee was coming out. That's the reason why. Bzz. All right, my friends, we have a break, but I have a great segment coming up next. So let's have some fun today, right? I'm all about it. Red flags before hiring a contractor coming up next. I'm Adam Helfman. You are listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network.
Your house brought you together. Like, really together. And although together is great, together with more space is better. With Rocket Mortgage, you get personalized loan options, closing costs, and tax estimates all in real time. So when you need to know what it takes for a home to fit your budget and your family, Rocket can. Rocket.
What you don't know can hurt you. HighReturn.com.
Hi, I'm Adam Helfman, home improvement expert from Hire It Done. I always hear from homeowners who like to tackle projects around the house themselves. That's why we've put together this Do-It-Yourself series to help you next time you're ready to embrace your inner weekend warrior. Hope you enjoy the video.
Hi, my name's Jeff Schleining. I'm with EverDry Waterproofing. And what we're here to do today is to take a look at a basement and help you understand some of the things that you can look for in your own home to tell if you maybe have a moisture basement problem. One of the things that we do look for are cracks in the foundation. As you can see, this is a poured wall foundation. And what we have here is a vertical crack that goes from the top of the wall all the way down to the floor. What we like to do is look for what we call the signs of moisture. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but I can see stains coming out of the crack that indicate that there's been water leaking from this crack. Now, some people think cracking is normal. You know, a foundation person pretty much thinks there's nothing normal about it. Okay, like for instance, you can just, I shouldn't be able to stick something into a crack and have it stay there. That's not good. Okay, now, is this house falling down? Absolutely not. Okay, you know, a lot of different things cause cracks like this. Could be construction, it could be pressure from the outside, pushing on the wall. There's a lot of different causes. But what we do know is once that you have a crack in the wall, they can continue to get larger, water can come in, you can get bugs through them, and more importantly than that, you know, that's where the moisture starts to come in that can lead to things like mold, mildew, dry rot, rust, and things along those lines. What I have here is just a standard moisture meter. What it does for us is helps us find areas of excessive moisture. Okay, so if I stick this to the wall, of course we're going to find moisture. That's not a problem. Okay, it's just when it's really excessive. All right, so right here, it's reading between 50 and 70% moisture. As I get higher on the wall, it's much lower. But once I get below the soil or ground level where there's earth pressing on the wall, it starts to pick up moisture levels. We can also use a tool like this on the floor, and it has different modes, and we can test wood for moisture as well. Well, the 50% that I did pick up, you know, is not alarming to me. However, I'm looking for more of the excessive levels, the 90s, 100%, that tells us there's a lot of moisture in the wall. And the reason that's a concern is when wintertime comes and there's moisture in the wall, obviously.
Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. We're having a great Saturday morning. What's on your home improvement list? You got a question that Google can't answer? We have Shout Out Saturday right now. Text me 248-539-9797 if you're a contractor and listening, or you're on your way to the job site, or just a fan of the show. We'll give you a shout out. Looking for known good flatwork cement contractor in Allen Park, downriver. Any suggestions? Yeah, of course. Go to HireItDone.com. I've got Axiom. I've got Eric Chapman from Amberjack. I got Tittle Brothers. My guys give you the double guarantee, so we're on the same page. They guarantee their concrete against theft and fire, so you don't have to worry. And anyone here's what the plight of the bumblebee sounds like. This is the music that plays when I'm in the bathroom. I love it. So that's my right. I have it going on. But anyways, that's my Kohler Knew Me playlist. Flight of the Bumblebee. Yeah, boys. That's all we're talking about, right? I got a new Goddard child care facility under construction. Framing should start in a few weeks. We just broke ground, 13 Mile and the 5 freeway. Grand opening, end of summer 2021. Mazel tov. All the restaurants and child care facilities that are struggling right now, can you throw a shout out on the great new facility in Novi? Yeah, shout out to Brian McQuaid and his new facility. Whoop, whoop. Best of luck to you. So what's going to happen, folks? If you're in the middle of renovations and COVID shuts us down, what are you going to do? Is your contractor ready for the COVID shutdown? Is he preparing you for this? What are you going to do? Call Ghostbusters? No. Call Hire It Done. I'll give you the plan. Remember, trust the plan. 248-539-9797. If you trust the plan, I want to hear from you right now. Text me. Trust the plan. Because you got a question Google can't answer. You know where we go one, we go all. So, with that being said, what are the best home improvement projects to tackle despite it being cold out? Right? Tell me about it, my friends. Tell me what you got. How about sealing up the cracks around your house? Is that something worth doing? Right? You should. Thinking of your home's outer walls, windows, doors, vents, openings. Remember this. Hot air, warmer air travels toward the cold air. You hear me? So, if you just seal up the cracks around your house, spray foam insulation, low expanding foam, that's all you got to do, keep it simple. According to the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, sealing leaks around your house with small insulation can save a homeowner, you ready for this? An average of 15% on their heating and cooling costs. So here's what I'm saying. If your monthly heat bill is $100, you're going to save at least 15%. That's $15. Now, you may think $15 isn't a lot, but Adam Healthman thinks it's a lot of money. That's 3 $5 pizzas. Or one pizza at Tomatoes a Pizza. But you think about it, that's how you save money. Seal the cracks up your home, you got through some pizza. It's really simple, right? Nothing, Brian, can stop what's coming. Nothing. So, what else you got to do? Now, if you do airflow reduction, reducing the flow around your house of air, but making sure your furnace is breathing properly with makeup air, you can save up to 25%. Now, I'm not trying to make rich people here, but I'm trying to make you all understand that when that happens, you save money. Listening to my show saves money. Adam Healthman saves you money. How about them apples, right? 248-539-9797. You got a question Google can't answer? It's also Shout Out Saturday. You're a contractor. You're listening. I want to give you a shout out. Sale with Luigi Cement is listening, specializing in all your commercial concrete needs. By the way, Flight of the Bumblebee by Extreme is the best. Nah. I just play it when I'm on my toilet. That's how we do it. On my way to 2 jobs today, companies called Surface Strike, antimicrobial long-term disinfection. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Surface Strike. You're guaranteed. A year guarantee. Also kills mold, mildew, gets rid of musty smells, doing a COVID response job and a flood response job. Check out. Based out of Rochester. All right, brother. Get a hold of me at hireitdone.com. Adam at hireitdone is my email. I want to talk about COVID killing because you know what? I think we're going to get shut down again. But I got plenty of toilet paper. And here's the thing. That's why I got the Kohler Numi. It wipes your tushy. Think about it, friends. I don't need toilet paper. And if you run out of toilet paper, it's okay. You can come to my house. Did I just say that? I did. So good. Come to my house. I don't care. So, 248-539-9797. Frank Tucker. Hey, Frank. Working on kitchens and baths here in sunny Florida Coastal Improvement Corporation. Just stumbled across your show. Wow. Thank you, Frank. Glad you're listening. Appreciate that. Really good. So, what are beyond sealing the cracks around your house to tackle this around, in the wintertime? And this is where companies like Dana Insulation come in. They're going to come in and do all this. How about insulating your attics? Insulating your ductwork? How about your foundation? All three? Oh my God, you're saving money. You're going to go rich. Rich. If you live in a colder climate like I do, except for Frank in Florida, you may have done this already, but you may not have enough. Your attic isn't insulated enough. You need to add more. But how much is too much? Well, we have a formula, friends. So let's talk about it. Most homeowners have about 10, 12 inches of insulation. Some have 6. Leave what's there, okay? If you live in a colder climate, you need to get at least the R value up to an R49, okay? R38 was the standard for a while. R49 is the way to go. And then if you're really, like me, over the top, you're the R60 guy. But R60 is as high as it goes because sometimes less is more. You got too much going on. And you know what happens? Houston, you got a problem. That's what happens. So insulation up to R60 is all you need. Now, some homeowners have like R19, R this or R that. R value is the resistance to thermal energy, just so we're on the same page. So that's one of the things. Now, what about a crawl space? Do you have a wet basement? Because if you do, you got to dry it out. And by the way, Pirate Dun has some really, really good basement waterproofing companies. One of them is a basement finishing company that also does waterproofing now. And it's home run. Literally home run. Dry Basements Plus. Maybe you heard of them? Finished Basements Plus is my friend and contractor for like 20. He's been on Pirate Dun a long time. The guy's a rock star. Steve Iverson, him and Amy are from Finished Basements Plus. They do all our basement finishing. Like if you want it done like the benchmark way, they're the guys. But now they're doing basement waterproofing. And it's called Dry Basements Plus. And literally, if you want your basement done remodeled and you want to get it waterproof first, it's the best. It's a combination that's like what we call the killer combination. You can't lose. So check them out, by the way. Literally check them out. By the way, it's Shout Out Saturday, 248-539. 248-539-9797. Text me. If Google can't answer it, then I will. Just how we are. That's how we roll here. Sale with Luigi, surfacestrike.com. Hey, Adam, my son-in-law tried your service. How could he get? No way, John. It's impossible. We kill it in roofing, concrete, basement remodeling, plumbing, electrical heating. It's got to be a mistake. Are you sure? I feel terrible. Tell him to deal with me directly, adam@hiredone.com. So what are some of the red flags before you hire a contractor? Does anyone want to know? I got a lot of them. That's our segment coming up next, and I want you all to keep it locked in because it's a very, very important segment. Like I want you all to understand that we can do that. So when we're talking about home improvement projects that you want to tackle, you think about it. Insulation, ductwork, foundation. Let me say this. If you insulate your bond plate in the basement, you'll save a ton of energy. Now, what about your heating and cooling system? Just ask Terrence. Your boiler. Oh, boy. If you have a boiler, you know how that goes. Get the boiler done. Who needs a boiler? They make noise. It's good heat, though, especially if you have allergies. All right, I'm going to take a quick break. When we come back, red flags. I'm going to give you red flags before hiring a home improvement contractor. That was my accent today. Didn't go over really well. All right, we'll be Adam Helfman when we come back. How's that? 248-539-9797. Got a question Google can't answer? I'll be right back.
When it comes to buying a home, they say cash is king. But you're a queen, and that's just as powerful. You're armed with a verified approval from Rocket Mortgage. Sellers know your offer is good, so your bid has the strength to compete with cash offers. Now grab your crown and rule. That castle is yours. So when you need an edge in the bidding war, Rocket can.
What you don't know can hurt you. HighReturn.com.
One of the most dreaded terms in home improvement, particularly roofing, is ice damming. Ice dams strike seemingly without warning, attacking homes in cold weather climates with dangerous and costly consequences. The thing is, ice dams are highly misunderstood and largely preventable. So I want to talk to you about what ice dams are, how to stop them from forming on your home, and what you can do if you've already had them on your roof. Ice dams occur when the snow on your roof melts as a result of the heat escaping your house. When the melted snow reaches the edge of your roof, it then refreezes and creates what we call an ice dam. This ridge of ice prevents the water behind it from running off your roof, but the water touching the hotter portion of the roof remains above freezing. This creates a vicious cycle of melting, refreezing, and thawing. As the ice dam gets bigger, more and more water is trapped underneath and will eventually begin to run up your roof. Shingles are designed to shed water downhill, so when the water flows upwards, it easily penetrates a roof system. Like the great Glenn Hagee said, water always wins. That's why we have a Grand Canyon. Water behind an ice dam will seep through the gaps between the shingles and the plywood on your roof, leaking into your home and damaging everything from the walls, ceilings, insulation, you name it. Paint can peel, floors can warp, ceilings can sag, light fixtures can fill, and wet insulation can lose its R value. The ice dams themselves can bend and tear off gutters and loosen shingles if they become heavy enough. The damage in just one season can add up quickly and cost homeowners thousands in repairs. In order to stop ice damming, first we need to go a little deeper in how they're formed. Ice dams have long been a potential hazard in building, but they weren't always the prominent problem they are today. The reason why is that older homes, anything built before the 90s, weren't that well insulated in the first place. Builders just didn't have the technology or the understanding to do so. As a result, any warm air that escaped the living areas of the house would normally just escape out.
Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. We're having Shout Out Saturday. If you're a contractor, you're listening, text us 248-539-9797. We'll give you a shout out. You got a question Google can't answer, same way. We're talking about home improvement projects to tackle despite it's a little cold out. So we've got two left. I said insulate your attics, your ductwork, your foundation. We talked about that. Maintaining your heating system. That's big time, right? Our camera guys are a little off. Yeah, well, sorry, Darren. What do you want from me? But maintain your heating system. Get your furnace tuned up. Clearly get the right company to do it. And then, listen, furnace filters. The air quality in your house is 5 to 10 times dirtier than the outside air. Think about that. We're now putting in UV lights and we're putting in these devices, the Stereonizer, in your ductwork that kills COVID. I got guys who do that. How exciting when the air goes through your furnace, it kills the COVID. Just leave the fan on. Like I always tell people, leave your fan on, not auto. I get yelled at, but it's the truth because I'm a truth teller. I'm the truth post. Get it? What up, Kimber Cece? When I call a plumber, for instance, how do I know who to hire when estimates are all over the map? Yeah, that's a tough one. So maintain your heating system. One more thing, friends. Change your batteries in your smoke detector. Now, I've been telling people this for over 10 years. Over 10 years ago, I said change your smoke detector batteries. And here's what I say. The people that know this know me. Go to Ace Hardware, Yeah, I said Ace. They're not a sponsor of the show, but I still say go to Ace because I like Ace. I'm allowed to say that. Go to Ace Hardware and buy a 9-volt battery, lithium ion. You understand me? Lithium ion 9-volt. Because that's the battery you want to put in your smoke detectors. Why do I say that, everyone? Because you know, if you're a listener to the show, you know why. But I'm going to say it anyways. You need a lithium ion smoke detector for the show, for your smoke detectors in your house, because it's 2020. And if you put a lithium ion smoke detector battery in, you won't have to change the smoke detector battery until 2030. Now, will humanity still be around by 2030? I don't know. But you won't hear that beep from the smoke detector anymore. That's all that matters. 10-year battery. Bam! Adam Helfman just saved you money again. That's right. Shout out from John's Lumber in Shelby Township. I love John's Lumber. Stop in today for all your building material needs. Yeah, John's Lumber. East Side rock stars. By the way, from John's Lumber, do you guys sell Colby and Colby windows? Kolbe. I need to get Colby and Colby windows. Someone find out for me where to get them, please. So what do you got going on, friends? You're going to hire a contractor. Like, we have COVID. COVID's giving me anxiety again. I got to tell my therapist. Maybe that'll be the topic of this week's therapy session. What do I do if COVID hits and the contractors stop again? So do we learn? Are we human beings? Do we learn from the past? When we got shut down at home, I still came and did the radio show. I was wearing a Tyvek suit, but I did it. So what did I learn at COVID from before? I learned that I make great pizza bagels. I learned at COVID that I give Martha Stewart a run for her money, especially on the cooking front. So what else can I learn? Well, I learned that my toilet doesn't need toilet paper. You know how refreshing it is when you're worried like you're going to go to the store for paper towel and toilet paper? Oh my God, what are we going to do? I saw online you can get toilet paper made out of bamboo. Bamboo toilet paper, which is sustainable. Makes sense. Except that it's like $10 a roll. Can you imagine buying toilet paper for $10 a roll? What do you do then? I'll tell you right now. It's a question I don't know about. So, what are we doing, friends? What are you going to do when you're going to hire a contractor? You might get locked in your house. What if you're in the middle of a project? Well, what are the red flags of hiring contractors? Let's talk Dan in Livonia. He's got openings. You know what, Dan? Maybe we'll talk. I love my therapist, though. He's super cool. Like, I love the guy. But you know what? It turns into me answering home improvement questions. Is that a problem when you go to the therapist to get your anxiety handled and then the therapist starts asking you about his roof or his kitchen or granite tops? What goes on? What are you talking about? Is that a red flag for therapists? Well, let me give you the red flags for hiring a contractor. Okay? Because this is important. And by the way, before we talk about my red flags before hiring a home contractor, I want to talk about my new podcast. My podcast is called Contractor Therapy, speaking of therapists. Contractor Therapy is the homeowner from hell and the contractor from hell. We share stories. We talk about things you're supposed to do, not supposed to do. And I got to be honest with you, it's the best. We have such a good time doing it. You should go to radio.com and check out my podcast. Literally, I love it. So anyways, you're going to be stuck at home and you're going to be looking at your house. You're going to be like, all right, what am I going to do to fix this house up? Who do I call? What do I do? So whether or not you use Hire It Done is irrelevant. You get a better shot at a good contractor at Hire It Done. So at least you know that. I'm not going to give some doofus contractor to you. But what does a regular contractor do when they need a homeowner? What does a contractor do to get you to say yes? Or what are the red flags, right? So here's what I want to say. Hiring a contractor to work on your residential home, be careful. Most contractors are excellent. Most are honest. But it's one that ruins it for all of them. Look at the Better Business Bureau. What a great organization. BBB. Everyone's like, oh, the BBB, right? It's not a government association. In fact, anyone out there knows I'm on the board of directors with my buddy Lawrence Levy Tax Help. You know him. Anyways, what do you do? How do you know if the contractor's good? You don't have a crystal ball. You have to gather information. You got to do a little digging. But let me give you these red flags. Okay, so the first thing is when a contractor says you don't need permits, he avoids getting permits. So there's an argument, we could do a whole show on why permits and why not permits. Hire It Done says, Adam Helfman says, I say yes to permits. Okay, let's get that out of the way. But now, what if they tell you permits create a legal paper trail? Yes, it does. And it protects you, the homeowner. Think about that. Think on that. Avoiding getting permits. If a contractor says to you, we don't need permits, it slows the job down. Your taxes go up. Well, not always the case. And I wouldn't worry about it. I would pull permits on everything. Now, if you're that homeowner who wants to take that risk and not pull permits, you need to put it in writing and say to the contractor, Mr. Contractor, here, I'm officially requesting you don't pull a permit. What does that do? Not really much, except for the fact when you get in a lawsuit with the contractor and your attorney says, you didn't pull a permit, you're guilty. Your defense to that is, well, the homeowner requested I don't pull a permit, and I work for the homeowner. Doesn't make you not guilty, just so we're on the same page. Pulling permits is a red flag, friends. You have to pull them. How about paying in cash? What if the contractor or the homeowner says, I want to pay in Bitcoin. I'll take Bitcoin. Hire It Done takes Bitcoin. Cash. Right? I'll take cash. I love cash. Cash is king. However, how much cash is the question? So you could mean you're being scammed. Contractor might not be licensed. You have no proof. Once you give them a stack of hundos, you like how I talk that way? You give them a stack of hundos. Hey, by the way, 248-539-9797. How much does 50 pounds... No, wait. Yeah. A 50-pound bag of $100 bills. One 50-pound bag of $100 bills. How many millions is that? It's got to be millions, right? Text me, 248-539-9797. A 50-pound bag of $100 bills is how many millions? I need to know because I need a 50-pound bag. Text me. I'll give you a shout out. So cash payments, that's a red flag. Now, here's one that you really got to be careful because this is it's like a drug. When you get bids for a project, okay? And you do roofing. Everybody, Kangaroof, $12,000. Taylor Brothers, $11,900. Exterior Experts, $11,500. All three are very tightly close. All three are going to give you a great project. Each one has a different brand, right? Then you get a guy comes in at $8,800. You're like, what? What do you do now, friends? $8,800 and everyone else is $11,000. Do you buy it? Do you risk it? Do you roll the dice? What do you do? My name's Adam Huff, and we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I'll give you the answer. This is the Hire It Done Radio Network.
Your house brought you together. Like, really together. And although together is great, together with more space is better. With Rocket Mortgage, you get personalized loan options, closing costs, and tax estimates, all in real time. So when you need to know what it takes for a home to fit your budget and your family, Rocket can.
Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. These new microphones in the studio here. I'm trying to adjust them. I don't want to yell into them. But hey, you know how that goes. So, you want to save energy. We just talked about how to save energy from our Going Green segment, but the way to do it right is to really, like I said, the best furnace, the best roof, the best waterproofing. It's all about the guy who's installing it. So in studio with me right now is a good friend of the Hire It Done Radio Show, and one of the most experienced insulation contractors in Metro Detroit, bar none, legit. His name, Tom Mackey. Dana Insulation is the company. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Adam. How are you today?
I'm kicking butt, brother. How
There
you
you
doing?
go. That's what we're supposed to do, aren't we, on Saturday morning?
Well, I think, this is how you start the weekend.
That's right.
Everyone's thinking about home improvement on the weekends.
Yeah, it's a busy weekend for me.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. So now that we're past Halloween, the weather's changed. It's cold every morning. Frost had a little bit of snow. People are now putting the heat on. And they're now starting to think, okay, I better figure out a way to save energy. Is this your busy season?
It generally starts the end of August. Yes, to answer your question. It starts the end of August, and it ramps up as the weather changes, as it's getting colder and colder. Our phones are ringing nonstop. We bring on extra staff to answer phones this time of year, and we're busy.
Well, that's, of course, the best way to do it. So let's just get right down to it. Homeowners always say to me, Adam, I got cold air around my windows. I should go buy the hair blower and that plastic wrap and, put it on, blah, blah, blah. And it never looks the way the picture looks. How many people do you encounter call you and say, how do you even do that?
Well, it's that's a year-round phone call that we get. They want to talk about the leaks and or drafts that they're feeling from their windows, door walls, doors.
Sure.
And it's a tough one because, unfortunately, when the windows or doors or door walls are installed, it's paramount that they use non-expanding foam as opposed to stuffing and randomly stuffing with fiberglass, and that's where all our leaks are coming from.
Exactly. So that's why we need to make sure that people understand how this happens. So if you're listening right now and you want some insulation tips, you have a question about insulation, what the best insulation is, different brands, different kinds, how much does it cost, text us, 97136, or go to Facebook Live. You can watch us in studio. Tom Mackey from Dana Insulation. The website's danafoaminsulation.com. And so my question is, Tom, you say expanding foam insulation. You see these red cans called, great, whatever it is, great escape, I don't know.
Great stuff.
Great stuff. Anyways, people say, I can go grab that and just spray the edges. And you see, I've been in the house where it's bubbling out. You see all that?
Yeah, well, I kind of equate it to someone who paints for the first time. There's a number of things that they don't know if they paint for the first time. They don't know yield on product. They don't know how thick or how thin to put it on.
Right.
They're not getting the maximum usage out of the can, whether it's paint or whether it's expanding foam. We use, in our applications, a non-expanding foam when we do new construction. It's a little easier to deal with. It's a better product for the...
So if it doesn't expand, is it like superior? I mean, I know there's low expanding and non-expanding, but the stuff you use is specifically made for that application. Am I right?
That is correct.
Okay. So when a homeowner... Let's get down to 101 insulation, okay? Homeowner turns the heat on because they're cold. The heater, the furnace, blows hot air through the ductwork and heats the inside. Science says heat travels towards the cold.
100%.
So the cold is on the outside walls. The cold is outdoors, right? So heat's going to travel out that way. Now, when you have leaks around the windows, when you have a door, an exterior door, and you can look at the edge of the door and you can see light through it, that's where the heat is going to, right?
Oh, that's a real serious problem.
Okay, so when the heat goes out that way, the heat inside the house is traveling out that way, and that means the furnace has to keep working to maintain the temperature that you request. Is that smart?
Well, you can consider your furnace like a cash register. The more it turns on, the more cash is going out of the register.
Cha-ching.
Yeah,
Right, okay.
that's exactly.
So let's use common sense. If you stop the heat from leaving the house by sealing up some of the holes and sealing up around the windows and sealing up around doors, just that areas, if you stop the heat, then the heat stays in the house longer, right?
100%.
So now then the heat stays at the temperature longer because it's not going out. And that results in your furnace working less.
And your cost
Go down.
of gas are reduced.
Right, because you're not using as much gas.
That's correct.
Now take that and go from an 80% furnace to a 95% furnace, which means it uses 95% of the gas instead of 80% of the gas in the cycle, you've now increased your savings even more. Logic?
That's exactly the way it works.
Okay. So saving money is a responsibility, and it's also good for the environment, right?
Well, I mean, as you know, the utility companies in Michigan, throughout the country, to be honest with you, are tasked with the job to have their clients save energy as best they can.
They try to.
Yeah, and they
They
offer
credits.
incentives to, in fact, have their clients do that.
How are the incentives? Still good?
The incentives are marvelous. They really are. Depending upon where you live and who services your gas account, they're better in the consumer's power market than they are, unfortunately, in the DTE. However, in northern Macomb, Semco has a marvelous program as
So
well.
let's use Metro Detroit area. Let's use Southeast Michigan. Homeowner calls you up, and let's say just say they're a DTE customer or a consumer, either one, and they say, "I need to insulate my house. I need to reduce my energy costs. What is it going to take, and how much money can I save, or what kind of rebates can I get?" So let's go break it down through data insulation.
Well, the unfortunate thing, or I think the challenging thing about being an insulation contractor in 2019 is that, even though the economy is outstanding and we're getting plenty of inquiry calls, people still, the number one thing, they think the world revolves around what the final cost is. And that isn't the way they should be looking at things. What they should be looking at is A, is the problem, B is the solution, C is the result of the two. And if they would begin to do it in that order instead of reverse engineering it and work from the cost back, they'd be in better shape for themselves. Now, insulation, at the end of the day, has a return on investment or an ROI. I don't know that a kitchen does.
Okay, well, let me tell you.
But
I
it does
study
in
that.
the end. It doesn't ongoing.
Well, you're always saving money when you have insulation. That's the best part about it.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to try and reduce your energy costs by adding insulation or making your house more energy efficient. Doesn't have to mean insulation. It could be just caulking. It could be
Caulking's huge.
Right. So, okay. And that makes sense. So if anyone has an insulation question, text us 97136 or go to Facebook Live. You can put it in the comments. We're always available. We've got Tom Mackey from Dana Insulation. Tom, how long have you guys been around?
We're a 42-year. We're in our 43rd year. We started in 1977.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
A big mazel tov to you. So, okay. Homeowner says, yeah, I got to save. I feel the draft. I feel this. I feel that. They call you up today, and they say, I heard you on the radio. I need to save energy. What's the first thing you ask them? What are you looking to do, or what's the conversation sound like?
Well, I tried to acquaint myself with the caller as best I can and let them know that I do need an hour of their time. I do need to be thorough. I need to hear more about their home, their lifestyle, the way they live, and I need to hear what is concerning them in person.
Okay.
So once I can isolate what the problem is, then I can craft a solution that fits their home.
So we'll give an example. Give a typical bungalow.
Bungalows are the most challenging, Adam.
Right?
They are.
So it's all we moved upstairs in the bungalow. It's beautiful, but it's always cold in the Good morning, everyone. My name is Adam Helfman. This is the Higher Done Radio Network. Having an awesome morning. We're in start of hour 2. I'm having a great time in studio. I hope you all are too. This is a live show from the Rocket Mortgage Studios. And I want to thank Rocket Mortgage for sponsoring the show. Also, don't forget about my podcast. I have probably the best podcast out there. It's called Contractor Therapy. Go to radio.com. Of course, you can always check it out. And we're going to start the hour off with red flags before hiring a contractor. What are the red flags when you hire a contractor? Is there something you got to worry about? Oh, my God. The list is endless. Yeah, you got to worry, my friends. We have lots to worry about. But let's be smart. Let's break it down. Let's keep it simple. KISS. Keep it simple. So watch out for the contractor who says don't pull permits. I agree. But there are times when you don't pull permits, like painting. You know, there's things, little small things. You pulling permits for new countertops? Like, really? Pull permits when you have to. Call the city, ask them. And by the way, when you call the city and say, hey, do I need a permit to put new countertops in my kitchen? And by the way, after I pull the countertops, I'm going to paint. Do I need permits? Whoever the city says, oh, don't worry. You thank them. You say, oh my God, thank you so much. What was your name? Because 3 months from now, when you're doing the job, 3 weeks from now, whatever the timing is, and someone comes and knocks on your door and says, you don't have a permit because the nosy neighbor turned you in, right? You can say, oh no, Mary Jane from the building department said I don't have to pull a permit. Oh, really? You can say, here's my note. This is when I talked to her. And then you don't look as dumb. Earlier, I asked what a 50-pound bag of $100 bills weighs. No. I said, what is it? What's the value? A 50-pound bag of $100 bills. I need a 50-pound bag of $100 bills. Has anyone got one? Just to lend me to use for a couple weeks? I mean, I can go to Gucci, but I have to go to Louis Vuitton too. It's $2,270,000, give or take a few dollars. Not bad. Not bad, Houston. So what are the red flags? Avoid getting permits, cash payments. Now, what about the estimate? We talked about that, the roof estimate. $11,000, $11,500, $11,700, and then some guy comes in at $8,500. And you're like, ooh, $8,500. The guy looks okay. He says his work is guaranteed. What do? Is that guy Chuck in a truck? As my buddy Brian Lee says, Chuck in a truck. What if your name is Chuck and you drive a truck? Can you start a remodeling company named Chuck in a Truck? Hey there, my name's Chuck. I have a truck and I'm a contractor. ChuckInATruck.com. Right? How funny would that be? Oh my God. Who'd you hire for your roof? Chuck in a Truck. No wonder it's leaking. All right. No, don't get Chuck in a Truck. Literally get the guy that's certified, the guy that the manufacturer says is platinum, top of the line. That's what you got to do. If it costs you a few dollars more, trust me, on a roof. Remember, folks, your house is your biggest investment. Okay, you know that, but let's be smart with each other, okay? By the way, you got a question this morning, 248-539-9797. We also are having our shout-out Saturday. If you are a contractor or you're a fan of the show and you're listening, text me right now, 248-539-9797. I'm going to give you a shout-out, especially if you say something nice instead of mean. Now, what about a written contract or outdated references? You see, these are the red flags that you got to watch out for contractors. What if a guy gives you references? How many of the references a contractor gives you is a family member? You need to say, can I have references? You think there's a contractor who's going to say to you, I don't have references? Is there a contractor out there that doesn't have references? Hi, Mrs. Jones. I'm the best contractor in the business. Really? Well, can I see your references? Well, I don't have any. Really? At least the guys who lie have references. That's their brother-in-law, their cousin, nephew. What do? Right? What do you do when the guy has no references? Text me what you would do. If you're a pro right now and you're listening, or you're a homeowner and you're listening, 248-539-97. If you 9797. Text me right now. If you had a contractor who said he doesn't have references, would you hire him? What would you do? I'm interested. Can I hire 2 men in a truck to move? Ron from the D. Ron, two Men in a Truck is a great company. But Men on the Move is my company, Michigan Movers. Check out that one. Nick Offerman, what's up? You bought a new John Deere. Is that an actor with a tractor? I'm smiling in the studio right now. So, low estimates, throw them out. What about insurance? What if the contractor doesn't have insurance? What do? Don't hire him. Guy falls down the job. Guess who's calling you? Mike Wins. Right? You don't want that. How about outdated references? Oh, my God. I did a job 7 years ago. Should call him. It's 7 years later. I'm going to give you my opinion on references after we take a break. My name's Adam Helfman. I love you. We're right here. Keep it locked in. We'll be right back.
When it comes to buying a home, they say cash is king. But you're a queen, and that's just as powerful. You're armed with a verified approval from Rocket Mortgage. Sellers know your offer is good, so your bid has the strength to compete with cash offers. Now grab your crown and rule. That castle is yours. So when you need an edge in the bidding war, Rocket can.
Hi, I'm Adam Helfman, home improvement expert from Hire It Done. I always hear from homeowners who like to tackle projects around the house themselves. That's why we've put together this Do-It-Yourself series to help you next time you're ready to embrace your inner weekend warrior. Hope you enjoy the video. Hey everyone, it's Adam Helfman from Hire It Done. Today we're going to learn how to locate your hose bib that goes to the outside and how to turn it off for the winter. So the first thing you want to do to locate your hose bib shutoff is to go outside and identify where your hose bib is. Then come into your basement or your crawl space and go to the same location from the inside of your house to where it is. Usually there's plumbing supply lines to that area, and that's where you'll find the shutoff valve. So now that we've identified the shutoff valve for the outside hose bib, what you want to do is you want to turn it clockwise. And when you turn it clockwise, that'll turn the valve completely off. So the reason why you want to turn the water off to your spigot is because in the wintertime, the water will freeze on the outside of the wall, and if it does, the plumbing will crack and the water will be coming back into your crawl space or your basement. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, go ahead and click the like button. If you didn't like it, or if you think you know a better way to tackle a project, then please leave a comment for me below. And if you want more great home improvement content like this, go ahead and subscribe. As always, I'm Adam Helfman with Hire It Done, and I'll see you in the next video.
Welcome back. This is Adam Helping live from the Rocket Mortgage Studios. This is Hire It Done. Good morning, everyone. It's a great Saturday morning. We're talking about red flags before hiring a contractor. What are you going to do? How are you going to do it? You got to be careful, right? You got to be smart. Yeah, it's all good. So what's going on your home improvement list, right? Give me a text if you're listening, 248-539-9797. We are giving you the shout-out Saturday, right? Ron from the D says he's going to try Men on the Move. Yes, of course, Men on the Move. That's the moving company you got to use because the owner, Gary Bolson, is a rock star. Trevor from Hamilton Fence in Redford, what up? Full service, big and small job. Trevor, I need a fence company. All types of fences. Automatic gate installation. Hire It Done needs a fence company. Sorry, my microphone's making noise today. Trevor, get a hold of me. Hamilton Fences in Redford. Adam at Hire It Done is my email, just in case you need to know. So what are the red flags before hiring a contractor? You know, we talked about getting permits. They say, oh, we don't need permits. Cash payment, pay me in cash. Lower than the market. Oh, Mrs. Jones, I don't have the overhead that these guys do. That's why I can save you money, but give me half down. No insurance? Yeah, you hire a guy without insurance, that's the big one, man. Watch out, Houston. Problems there. How about references? Yeah, I have a reference. I did a bathroom like yours 7 years ago. Well, so what are references? References are people you did work for in the past. Is there a good idea to do references? Here's my situation, okay? If someone gave you a reference that's old, you absolutely should call it. Mrs. Jones, hey, I know we did your bathroom 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, whatever. How's it holding up? That's what you want to know. How's it holding up? Take a look at the work if it stands the test of time. So you got to use it as a plus, right? And there's a whole way of asking references questions. You know what I'm saying? What do you do when you're a company like Tittle Brothers? Greg Tittle. I mean, they do like 600 roofs a year. 3 years ago, let's say they do 500 a year. You go back 3 years. That's 1,500 roofs. You don't think he can give you like 1,500 references? I mean, what do you do? It's overkill, right? You look at the accolades. You look at who says the guy's a good contractor. Beyond Adam Helfman, I know the guy's a good contractor. He's been part of Hire It Done since 2005. And by the way, Hire It Done's been around since 2005. That's 15 years. Did you know 96% of all contractors and businesses fail in the first 5 years? Pat myself on the back on Facebook Live. How about them apples? How about a written contract? What if the guy says, I'll give it to you on the back of my business card? Here's my proposal. Rip that sucker up and throw him out. Healthy style. Now, what else you got? No written contract? What if he goes to like what did Brian Lee say? They buy contractor proposal pads from Staples or Office Max. It's not proper for a contract. Of course not. By the way, is Staples and Office Max still around? I haven't seen a store in a while. I think they're the same store now. Who knows? 248-539-9797. Shout out Saturday. Text me, your contractor, you're a homeowner listening. I'm going to give you a shout out. We're talking about red flags before hiring a contractor. No written contract or one on the back of a business card. Forget about it. Forget about it, as El Rubino would say. How about a big deposit? Excessive prepayment. Mrs. Jones, I need 50% down. Don't ever give 50% down. And if you're a contractor and you disagree with me, let's roll, baby. I'm rolling up my sleeves right now on Facebook. Can you hear that? I'm rolling up my sleeves. Let's roll. What about a pushy salesman? That's the best one. I love the pushy sales contractor. The window guys. If you're a window salesperson, you know what I'm talking about. You get the pushy sales guys. They're closers. Closers. Coffees for closers, right? Steak knives. What are you going to do? How are you going to do it? But if they're pushy salesmen, you say to them, listen, Mr. Homeowner, I need some time to think about it. I mean, Mr. Contractor, I need some time to think about it. So let's use the window guy. He's at your house. It's been like 3 hours. You're sweating. He's sweating. The price for the new windows was $39,000 2.5 hours ago. Now he's down to $11,900. And he's like, listen, Mrs. Homeowner, I've got such a good deal for you. There's a sales contest going on. I'm going to call my manager on your front porch. Do you mind if I call my manager just to get you, see if I can get you a little bit better price? But before I call my manager, I need you to tell me you're going to say yes. And you're going to say to the contractor, yeah, I'll tell you what, call your manager. I'll tell you after you give me the best price if I say yes. Don't fall for those tricks, but have him call the manager. Because the minute he goes on that front porch, you shut the door, lock it. If he left his stuff in the house, pack it all up nice, go out the side door and walk around and give it to him. You know why, friends? Because that's the guy you're not doing business with. Kick his butt out of your house. This ain't happening in my house. Pushy sales. If you're being pressured, a legit contractor lets you think it over. Think about that. They let you think it over. I'd like to think it over. Thank you. 248-539-9797. Vague. Are you vague about the materials? Yeah, builder quality materials. You don't hire a contractor who's vague about materials. You need to know the brand, the model number. None of this or equal. Sure, generic stuff, 2x4s, 2x6. I gotcha. If he says pre-finished hardwood, you want to know what grade. You need to know. Inquiring minds need to know. By the way, you know how this rolls. Everyone needs to know how this rolls. My son's calling me from California right now. I don't know if he understands that I'm on the radio. He must have forgot. But we're going to find out right now what he wants. So what else? Vague materials we talked about. Now, did you know the Better Business Bureau? Contractors are number 2 in complaints. What do you think number 1 is? Used car sales, right? Car sales. But think about it. Car sales is much bigger. Car sales is much bigger. So what do? You figure it out. You find the right guys. You go to Hire It Done. I've got the guys. Home improvement construction ranked 2nd in number of complaints. Here's what were the complaints? Top home improvement construction complaints were shoddy work and failure to start or complete the job. The worst is when the guy takes the deposit and you never see him again. That's a problem. So you got to make sure that we're on the same page. I want to make sure you're on the same page. Iverson's Lumber has Colby windows. Yeah, I knew that. All right, I'm going to check them out. 248-539-9797. It's important. What else? Did you know 69% of homeowners say poor contractor performance is the single biggest reason for project underperformance? No, of course. That's the problem, Houston. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be right back with all your home improvement advice. I'm Adam Helpman. This is the Hire It Done Radio Network.
Your house brought you together. Like, really together. And although together is great, together with more space is better. With Rocket Mortgage, you get personalized loan options, closing costs, and tax estimates all in real time. So when you need to know what it takes for a home to fit your budget and your family, Rocket can. Rocket.
Hey everyone, it's Adam Helfman from HireItDone.com. So you've got a roof leak, now what? Well, let me tell you what you need to do. First thing you have to have is an idea of how old your roof is. A lot of people who bought a house, the roof's been on there for years. You don't know. So the first thing is you need to identify how old your roof is. And that's going to play a part later on. So if you've had your roof done by a previous contractor that you know, reach out to him and ask him how to make a warranty claim, or have them come out and inspect the roof and see if they can fix the leak right then and there. Now, a lot of people don't know about warranties. There's two types of warranties. There's the manufacturer warranty and the contractor's warranty. The best warranty, obviously, is from the contractor, because that's the person who installed it. If you ever read the fine print on a warranty from a roofing manufacturer, you're going to get lost in a lot of legal mumbo jumbo. In fact, there are contractors out there who will tell you that the roofing warranty is not worth the paper it's written on. So my opinion, and from my experience, it's better to go to the contractor who installed the roof and ask him about his warranty. There's where you're going to get the faster and quicker service. So what happens if your roof doesn't have coverage from the warranty? What do you do now? Well, that's where you call a roofing contractor who should be certified by the manufacturer, who can come out and assess the damage and also provide you with a solution. Not always are they going to say that you need a brand new roof. They may say it's flashing, or they can replace a few shingles. So you've got to ask the roofer before he comes out, do you do roof repairs? That's an important question. So most homeowners, when they have a roof leak, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, oh boy, I think I have to replace my whole roof. And that's not a small investment. A roof is quite expensive. So if you do need a new roof, you need to make sure that you know that you really do. Are your shingles worn out? Are they curled? Are they old? Are there missing granules? Are there bald patches on your roof? Those are items that you need to look for to make sure that you really do need a new roof. Now, if you find a great roofer and he gets up there and shows you pictures and walks you through the process of a new roof, you'll know right away if you need a new roof. So if you find a leak in your house, guess what? It's pretty simple. You can leave a comment below or visit HireItDone.com. Click on Ask Adam. I'll personally answer your roofing question. And if you think you need a new roof and you want to find great contractors, HireItDone.com has the best roofers in the business. So remember, the best roof is the one that's installed properly.
What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com.
Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. So what is one of the biggest impacts in the home improvement business in the last couple of years? You know, I like to say Google. Google ruined the home improvement business. People don't believe me when I say it, but really it's true. Fred's Key Shop has a little bit of an announcement. Happy 83rd birthday to Fred from all the guys and gals from Fred's Key Shop. Aw, isn't that cool? He's serving Detroit for 58 years. Shout out to Fred and everybody at Fred's Key Shop. The key to your heart is from Fred's Key Shop. Okay, so what really has changed in the home improvement business over the years? Google changed it. It made people impatient because when you Google something, it answers right away. What else changed the home improvement business? 248-539-9797. You can give me something that has changed the home improvement business over the past few years. Review sites. That's a big one, right? The keyboard gangster homeowners. I'm telling you, my website, The Homeowner from Hell, which I own, really should be for contractors to bitch about homeowners, right? That's the key. So what do you do when they do that? The question is it's got to be legit. Now, what else do you have here? Google, obviously. How about HGTV? That's right. Home and Garden Television, Discovery, all those stations. Kowalski. Brian Karwowski's in the his house. Yeah, I talk weird sometimes. That's just how I am. Anyways, think about this, friends. HGTV. In 28 minutes, you see him remodel a whole bathroom. Live, love it, or list it. Flip or flop. Blah, blah, blah. Blip, blip, blip. They've ruined the home improvement business. Because now you have this idea, oh, look at they did this bathroom. It's so simple. Look at the budget was only $1,500. Oh, my God. I want to have a TV that I can throw a baseball bat at every time I see these shows. But let me tell you the reality is those all affect home improvement. But let me give you one that's really no one talks about. And by the way, it comes across as you saving money. And I want to bring in some contractors to give me some opinions on this. Maybe Tom Inger, Brian Lee, maybe Matt Hatz. You know, I got a whole repertoire of these guys that are legit top of the line contractors. So here's what it is. Online ordering. You heard me. Amazon, Wayfair. You heard of these companies? Wish, Geek. Homeowners like, yeah, Mr. Contract, we're going to do the job, but I was online. I saw this beautiful faucet on Wayfair, Overstock.com. I'm going to order the faucet and you're going to install it. Okay. What's the homeowner? What's the contractor going to say? No, I'm not. Here's what the contractor says. Mrs. Homeowner, I'd love to help you save money. But let's talk about your faucet from wherever, online, Outlook, whatever your online detail, wholesale, used, loved, slightly used, whatever. You're going to pay. You don't know. You never kick the tires, so you don't know for real. Then it shows up, right, in a box. Maybe it looks good. You deliver it to the house. Here, Mr. Contractor, here's my special pull-out sprayer. I saved $1,000. Here it is. Contractor's like, okay, I'll put it in. Contractor has his plumber, puts it in. Bada boom, bada bing. A week later, it ain't working. What do you do now, Houston? What do you do now? Homeowner supplied materials cost the job money. Okay? What happens when they say it's being shipped and then COVID happens? Oh, yeah, it's on its way. It's at distribution. It's on the truck. It's on the this. It's on the that. Contractor's like, hey, Mrs. Homeowner, plumber's here. Where's your stuff? You just held up the job. Oh, don't worry. The cabinets will be here today at noon. They'll be here Monday at noon. Really, dude? No, it's not. We need a schedule. That's what we need. But material ordered online takes longer. There's a huge risk. You're rolling the dice. So here's the deal. Mrs. Jones, you saved $1,000 on your faucet. You bought a $3,000 faucet. You got it for $19.99. And you're going to have me install it. Now, if you would have bought it through me, yeah, you would have paid $1,000 more. And I would have installed it. And if there was something wrong with it, I would have ripped it out and put a new one in for you. Because that's what I do. But now it's your faucet. And it's broken. And you're going to blame me for installing it wrong. And I'm going to blame you for buying a discounted, crappy faucet from wherever. The good contractor is going to spell it out ahead of time, so there's no problems. But that's not everyone's a good contractor. So now what do? What's the dealio? Okay? Here's the dealio. The dealio is your job is slower now. Because I got to take the plumber back to the house. I got to pull the faucet out. And now we got to figure out how to get a replacement. Oh, they're going to FedEx one to you? Not happening, Houston. Not happening. So, you got a job that ticks slower. So this is what's changed on let's think about this. Or avoiding order and delivery hiccups. That's what we're going to call it. Anyways, yeah, YouTube. That's right. YouTube gives people the belief they can do it themselves. By the way, if you can do it yourself, I'm jealous. YouTube teaches people how to do everything themselves. Thank you, Mark from Whitmore Lake. By the way, it's Shout Out Saturday. If you're listening to the show, 248-539-9797. Text us. We'll give you a shout out. Matt Hatz from MCCS Construction's listening in. Tom Inger, Renovation by Design. One of my buddies. Turn on the radio. This is a funny one. I love when the gangsters get mad. I turned on the radio this morning and hear you talking about a key party and meeting a guy named Fred at the key party. Come on, man. Okay, let me repeat myself, doofus. Fred's Key Shop is celebrating 58 years in business, and Fred is 83 years old today. It's his birthday. So I'm giving him a shout out. Happy birthday, Fred. How about them apples? It's my favorite fruit, apples. Is apples a fruit? It's a fruit, right? Yeah. How about them apples? So, what's a myth buster? Contractors want a project to go on and on. No, they don't. They want to get in and they want to get out. I don't care if you're paid X amount a month for management. You know what I mean? I did do the Nick imitation. Tricky Nicky. We're going to have this guy. I have a new friend and a new client. I call him a friend because he's a funny guy. And I partner up with a buddy of mine, and we're finishing a project. And that's the thing. I like to mimic. That's a good word, mimic. Who does the ordering for a project? Who does the ordering for a project? The contractor or the homeowner? Why is this host so angry? Who peed in his Cheerios? By the way, Frosted Flakes, if anything. Please. 248-539-9797. Hey there, Healthman. I have a question about digital thermostats. Okay, we'll answer. We'll ask the question. Google can't answer it. I will. I turned on the radio this morning. Thank you. Nailed it. We do not install owner-supplied anything. Yes, it has caused strain, but we are sticking with it. FYI, we're home builders, not renovations. Yeah, even home builders. That's the difference between home building and renovation, by the way. In a home building's easier. Let me tell you why. Home building is easier because no one's living in the job while you're doing the work. When you're doing renovations, the homeowners live there 99% of the time. So they're their judge and jury all the time. Their eyeballs are looking at you and you're like, oy vey. You got to remember, folks, I'm Adam Helfman. I'm a home improvement expert. 30 plus years in the business, but from the neck down, I'm still worth minimum wage. What's your thermostat question? I'm waiting. 248-539-9797. You got a question Google can't answer. I'm here today. I'm on fire today. Yes, I've got energy. Yes, I love this. Is there something wrong? I don't know. What up, JoJo? Tom Inger. Brian McQuaid. I did a project in Lyon Township for a hair salon. Township uses Novi as the inspection agency. He would not allow me to buy electrical fixtures, my electrician or myself. She demanded she would buy them. I had her sign a piece of paper taking full responsibility. Shipped in from China, no UL rating, all installed up, ready for certificate of occupancy. Novi absolutely not take them down and replace with approved UL fixtures. Oh, they said to. Ouch. One cost her 40 G's. Yeah, that's a problem, Brian. But I have the solution for that. I know how to work around those things. You see, the best contractors are the ones that are solution-minded. Just ask Tom Inger or Matt Hatz. All right. We're going to talk about who should order the material, contractor or homeowner, when we come back. I'm Adam Helfman. Keep it locked in. This is the Hire It Done Radio Network.
Your house brought you together. Like, really together. And although together is great, together with more space is better. With Rocket Mortgage, you get personalized loan options, closing costs, and tax estimates all in real time. So when you need to know what it takes for a home to fit your budget and your family, Rocket can.
The Beauchamp family's been in the water treatment business since 1976. Well, we moved on to well water, and my mom experienced well water for the first time, and her hair was discoloring, the toilets and fixtures were discoloring, and my dad went around and shopped many different type of water softeners and forced him to really learn about water and how to properly treat it. And before we knew it, our family entered into the water business because my dad was so fascinated with everything that went along with it. For us growing up, it was going to school, learning our schoolwork, and then going home and learning our water treatment home schoolwork.
Most of our problems that we run into are a lot of iron issues from well water, calcium buildup, odor in the water, smelly water. Arsenic's been a big thing for us. Most of our work has mainly been on well water, but we're definitely branching into city water because of that market is, there's a lot more people that are more knowledgeable. There's a lot more public knowledge to that. You hear it on the radio, you hear it in the newspaper. Obviously Flint struck, kind of brought that up, but it is an issue. It's an issue that is becoming more aware of, to the communities, and certainly there's treatment for that. Now with the city water and people with their health and stuff, they're trying to, get their water as clean as they can.
Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. You got a question Google can't answer this morning, or you're a contractor and you're listening? Give me a text, 248-539-9797. I'll give you a shout out. Yes. Well, of course we're going to give you a shout out, John and Wixom. Let's go through these. We got a lot of them now. YouTube gives a lot of people. Okay, I turned on radio this morning. Key Party. I love that one. Thank you. Nailed it. Okay, home builders. Why are you so angry? Hey there, Helfman. I got a question about digital thermostats. Okay. Why is it stuck on the same temperature? There's a hold button on your thermostat. You got to take it off hold. That's really what it is. And by the way, when you're going to set your thermostat, if you really want to professionally program it, I would call a heating and cooling company. Go to Hire It Done. We have great ones. Have them come out and upgrade your thermostat, but also clean your furnace and then set your thermostat based on the hours you're at home. Not when you're not home, don't heat the house too much. Turn it way down. But keep the fan on. That's my my advice. Chris L'Esperance of Auta LLC. Great stuff, Adam. We're a licensed builder and do a lot of home additions. Shout out to Auta, A-U-T-A LLC. Mike Pagel, Pagel Pro Construction. Love the show. Love you, Mike. Thank you, brother. Can you give me a shout out? Yeah, you just got one, brother. It's stuck. Just like your mother, Helfman. Oh, thanks, dude. Isn't it funny when people love to say negative things and I have their full phone number? Hey, Adam, can electric line be run in plastic conduit? No. The answer is no. Anyways, so who does the ordering, the contractor or the homeowner? We need to know. Before anything else, happens when you drop a contract with a contractor and a homeowner. Okay? One that you both can sign, legal document, meeting of the minds, mutually agreed upon. You need to make sure who's ordering stuff. Now, in the era of good contractors, in the era of buying everything yourself online, I'm going to say this without making the contractors mad at me, that it's okay for homeowners to order their own material. However, keyword, however, there's a risk that comes along with trying to save money by ordering online. The risk is if you buy something and it's damaged and it costs me extra time and money to manage that process, you, the homeowner, have to pay. Prove me wrong. 248-539-9797. Generally, historically, the contractor handles most of the materials in a home improvement project, if not all. That's how it should be. The contractor rarely orders materials all at the same time. Depends on the job. Kitchen, you got to order cabinets right away, right? But you got to order granite after, there's a lot of things you got to do. But when does the homeowner have to order materials? If the homeowner is doing it. A good contractor is going to tell the homeowner when. Occasionally, the homeowner contractor will arrange, this is where I'm talking now, for the homeowner to order materials. Homeowner, well, my brother-in-law owns an electrical supply house. I want to supply all the electrical. Okay. You can do that, but you also have to understand the risks. Andrew Spears. Shout out to my friend Bernick Gomez. Shout out there, Bernick. Powder down your head a little with some makeup. The light's glaring. Yeah, you know what? I'm bald, brother. It's okay. I'm not bald by choice. Mike from Wyandott's listening. He owns a landscape company. What a great year for business. Shout out to Mike and Wyandotte in the dot. Had success on both sides, buying material and then buying material. However, more horror stories with customers buying materials. Of course. The homeowner who buys materials is okay, but the homeowner needs to know that there's a risk if the materials come in damaged. Think about that. Think about that. Anyways, what else is there about this project? Well, the homeowner chooses the materials, they pay for them directly, accepts delivery, they must inspect them, and it must store them, right? What do you do now? What do you do next? That's the key, right? Well, contractors understand why homeowners want to be involved in that because, again, saving money. Everyone wants to save money. It's in our nature. Shout out to Bussins Appliance, Jared from Rockwood. What up, Jared? So here it is. Hey, Adam, I have found that there's a significant percentage of folks that want to supply their own stuff, not just to save money, but they have an issue with a contractor making a markup. Builders beware. This is a huge red flag in project negotiations. Try to flush this out. If you suspect or are told this is the case, run. This is interesting advice. Okay, so if you're a good contractor, and most guys who are, you should have a conversation with the homeowner. Mrs. Jones, is there a reason why you want to save money? I mean, they always want to know that. Is there a reason why you want to supply this material? Now, if they got a family member or they can get, their company gets a discount, yeah, you should, as a good contractor, you should facilitate all that. Seriously facilitate it. Okay? So what happens? Well, you just got to have the same conversation. Mrs. Homeowner, listen, here's what happens when you supply material. Let's use the faucet. You're gonna supply this pull-out nickel brushed faucet by blah, blah, blah. It's got a pull-out sprayer, and you're getting it for half price. We're going to install it like we install everything else. However, if there's something wrong with it and I have to call the plumber out to pull it out and reinstall something else, there's a cost. You need to know as a homeowner, you're going to pay that cost. At that point, the homeowner must know. 248-539-9797. You got a question Google can't answer? It's also Shout Out Saturday. Text me, I'll give you a shout out. And here's my next shout out. All Seasons Tree from Paul in Davidson, Michigan. How about them apples? So now the homeowner is supplying materials. It is smart to put it in the contract. Homeowner supplied material. You should absolutely have a contract clause. Any contractor out there should have a clause. If the homeowner supplies material, what happens? And a homeowner, you should know you're going to have to pay extra. In 1995, in the 90s, in my contract, I had that clause in there. I was so ahead of myself. It's not even funny. Now I'm on the radio. 248-539-9797. Why do homeowners want to handle their own stuff sometimes? Homeowners like to focus on showpiece items. What's a showpiece item? Frameless European glass shower doors, imported stone, one-of-a-kind sinks or cabinets. They often require special parts, right? I'm working on a project in Birmingham right now where it was a beautiful, beautiful piece of slab of granite. Supposed to be book matched. $20,000 slab. They picked it out. They bought it direct because the supplier, this and that. And by the way, the supplier and the contractor, both are really, really, really honest and good people. And you're on the radio because you broke your airtime. No, I don't, dummy. See how you think you know what you're talking about. Unbelievable. Anyways, as a homeowner, you need to know there's a lot of risks, big time risk. What is the risk when you have a contractor do it? When you let the pro handle it, here's the deal. Your orders are delivered on time most of the time. You get a correct lead time. The specifications are controlled by the contractor. All parts are ordered correctly. Now, listen, I'm reading this off a list, and I got to be honest with you. Contractors make mistakes, but at least it's their mistake out of their dollar. That's the difference, my friends. And, you got to understand how that works. So what else can you do in supplying your own material? Should you? Should you take the risk? That's the key. Because if you don't, then it's a problem. That's why it's important to know what you got to do. Anyways, listen, you want a good contract, just go to hireitdone.com. You want good advice? You come to me, Adam Helfman. My email is adam@hireitdone.com. I don't pay for the show. The radio station pays me, just so we're on the same page. Guess what, friends? It's the end of the hour. I love this. I love you. Thanks for tuning in. My name's Adam Helfman. I'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.